2020 that we really wasn't friends at the end of the day. It was something that we saw that maybe one thing that connected us, but you gotta know when you in it with somebody, you in it to win it. You're not just in it, just because we like the same color or we go to the same school and we eat at lunchtime. Because let me tell you, some of the people that you eat and sit around with, they're there for the moment. And I just have one thing to say. Because you've been talking for a while, but I have one thing to say. There's a couple types of friends, right, that you need to identify. Number one, there's a comrade and a constituent. Mm-hmm. There are people that are with you because they're against something that you're against. Then there are people that are for things that you're for. So whatever you're for, then they're for it because you're for it. Or they might be friends with you because you're against someone in your class, right? You don't like somebody in your class. They don't like the same person. Now y'all get together because you don't like the person. So you have to identify sometimes you have friends around you that don't even like you. They don't care about you, but they only caring about because you're connected on one thing, connected on one level. So sometimes you have to weed out your real true friends and those fake friends that are around you that will play in your face and act real. Right. So going off of that, we're just going to move along because we don't want to spend too much time on that. Unselfish. That's a good thing to have in a relationship, like a friendship as well. But it's more so in an intimate relationship with somebody, like if you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, or something like that. Because who wants to be with somebody that's really selfish? Like, if you're self-centered, like, everything got to be about you. And you know what? I'm not going to lie on here. I am a little selfish. I really am. Because sometimes I just really be liking to do what I want to do. But you know what? Sometimes we have to kill that because a lot of times when it's about people, we can't make everything about ourselves. Because that's how you end up alone. Like, that's how you end up alone. You die alone. You're in a relationship all by yourself because it's all about you. Because, like, let's just give an example. You go out with friends. They want to go to a Nike store. You only want to go into, what's that store? Under Armour. You can't go into Nike. You too busy going to Under Armour. You like, no, we not even doing it. I want to go here. You get a whole attitude. Like, you turn the day of fun and you hanging out with your friends into a whole different other thing because it's all about you. Like, that's when you know you really have a problem. And, like, the whole day just shifts. It was all positive and nice, and you have to make sure you note those type of people. Like, you be out, y'all be chilling, it be nice. Y'all be like, yeah, we vibing, and then next thing you know, they just be like, bro, like, I don't even want to be here no more. Like, I'm ready to go home. It be on people. They just be killing it. Debbie Downers. They kill the vibe. Like, they be killing the vibe and the mood. Like, and you be like, we just came here to chill. But it's about them. They not feeling it, so then they want you to not feel it. But you might be, like, I had so many people I just had to cut off. They was like that. Like, just because I wasn't in agreement with something, they was all like, oh, we don't want to hang out, we don't want to do this. Like, people are entitled to have a choice. And once you start taking away people's choices into wanting to go to a different store or go and eat this or do something like that, that's when they start wanting to take control over you. And control is something that you don't want to have in a relationship, right? You don't want somebody to be taking all this control over you. Generosity and honesty and devotion. You want to talk about that? I can talk a little bit about mm-hmm. Instead of always being like, oh, well, I like this and I like this and I want to do this. Ask others what they want. Then, y'all can always be honest. Always be honest because the truth hurts. I'm going to be real. The truth does hurt. It really does. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it hurts. But to be honest, it's better to be honest to keep up with these little white lies because it's going to get worse and then you're going to get in trouble or other things are going to happen to you. But I'm just going to end on that note. Stay honest. Be honest. Tell your teachers, always be honest. Yes, always be honest. Even if the person, like, let's be honest, because a lot of people, they be like, oh, like, if your friend will jump off the bridge or you're going to jump off the bridge, right? And you kind of got to take it into that context. Like, if your friend lie, are you going to lie too? Like, just because you feel like it's okay to do doesn't mean that's something that you should be doing. But last but not least, I did want to really touch on communication before we turn it over to Mr. Mike, because I feel like communication is the most highest. The number one reason why relationships sometimes end is the reason that y'all all kind of need. Despite money is kind of like a marriage thing, but money is very, when you get into marriage and different relationships, money can really be the thing that break it. But communication is the most thing, because if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're asking, let's say you have a disagreement with that person, and they tend to sometimes, like, I feel that men sometimes, not to knock the men, y'all, but they like to clam up and they go into their own thing. And then you be like, wasn't like when it's the heat of a moment, they want to be quiet, they want to walk away. You should never be able to walk away. Everybody should be open enough to not clam up, to be honest and address the situation. So communication for me is always, the best, because, a lot of times I was watching, Nephew Tommy, if y'all watch with y'all parents, WDS. Anyway, this guy, his name is Tommy, and he be saying, like, all the time, like, if you're in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, intimate relationship with somebody, and y'all have a disagreement and you just go away, you don't talk about it, you don't address it, what was a little thing, it was so little, turn into, and you let it sit there for a few days or a month or a year, turn into a monster when you want to address it, and you can't even understand how to tackle that thing. You just, you're overly, now you don't know how to do it, and now the friendship is broken.
Go in, and I want to give you just a couple of principles that's going to help you. I need more of you, though, to type me if you want to know this information, because I want to know if I'm in the right room. Just type me. Because I'm going to help you, and believe me, we're going to laugh, we're going to have fun, we're going to have everything right now. So great, it looks like I'm in the right place. What do you think is the number one thing that kills relationships? Somebody type it in. What's the number one thing that kills relationships? There's no right or wrong answer. What are you thinking? What do you think hurts relationships? Miscommunication. What else? What hurts relationships? Because I know it's some of y'all out there that have been heartbroken before. Cheating, control, betrayal. These are good. Trust, control and trust issues. What else? What y'all got? I'll take a couple of more. Time. Oh, that's a big one. Time is pretty big. Let me get one more. Somebody throw it out there. Be brave. Whether they're loyal, very good. And lying, wow. I want to share something with y'all of what I'm observing. A lot of the answers you guys are giving are emotional. So the first key that you have to understand about any relationship is you can't have a relationship without you. I'll say it again. You can't have a relationship without you. And so the number one thing that kills any relationship, now watch this, you're going to have to hold this now, you don't have to swallow it. Put it in your mouth and suck the juice out. Expectations. Expectations probably killed 90% of the relationships that are on this chat today. When someone doesn't do what you expected, you're ready to leave. And I know that the ladies addressed it earlier because that's a form of selfishness. Because what expectations say is I set the bar on how quick or how fast the relationship grows. And so when someone doesn't meet your expectations. We live in a world today where we celebrate cutting people off. Out, I'm ghost. They got me chopped. I can't mess with them. You know what I mean? I ain't sticking around. I'm leaving that cat. And we actually celebrate breaking apart relationships. I mean, it's in music. It's all over social media. It's in the viral videos where people are putting their hands up, talking their hand, all this stuff, popping their neck, saying, you ain't got to take nothing from somebody. But what do you do when you're the problem? What do you do when you're the problem? Because you don't have an objective. And if you don't have an objective, you'll end up in object. If you don't have an objective, you'll end up in object. If you don't set a purpose for yourself, you'll end up someone else's purpose. Now, I especially talk to the young ladies about this because young ladies are good for giving up their whole purpose to please somebody else. Y'all become the admin. Y'all become the resume writer. Y'all start teaching people how to dress. Y'all become all this stuff to impress somebody that don't want you. And most men have never been trained on how to take care of anybody. So the key is, if you're not whole, a relationship won't be healthy. I'll say it again. If you're not whole, a relationship won't be healthy. And here's the 3 things that kill you from choosing the right person. And this is what we all go through, especially in school. Y'all ready for this? Number 1, comparison. Comparison. We compare ourselves to everybody. You got a good friend, you got a good boyfriend, you got a good girlfriend, but you gotta have the one everybody wants. And so what you do is you pick yourself apart, you start dressing like everybody else, you buy clothes that you don't like, you shop places with people that you don't like to impress people that have never liked you. How many of the trends do y'all follow right now and y'all got stuff y'all don't even like? Come on, guys. Some of them jeans y'all wear, you know they make you uncomfortable, but it's trendy. Come on, ladies. You change your hair every week. Every week you got a different style. You got a new pair of lashes on. Who you impressing? Because most of us aren't comfortable with ourselves. We don't love ourselves. We don't take care of ourselves. And that's why we compare ourselves, because we don't have identity. Write that down. We have an identity crisis. Is that you don't love you, and so you think a relationship is going to give you the happiness that you so desire. So you get with somebody because you're afraid to be alone, because the minute that you get alone, you have to face you. And you don't like you. You don't like looking at you. You don't like taking you out. You don't like your skill set. You don't like all this stuff. And so you get with somebody and hope that they give you everything you're missing. That's why you want a certain type of person to look this way, or dress this way, or have this much money, because you're trying to make them to make up for what you lack. And instead of you go working on you, you try to find somebody and make them what you can't figure out. And they can't be you. That's why I said the first thing that I said was you can't have a relationship without you, because you don't know what you need. And even if you do need something, you become needy and you have nothing to offer. And if you have nothing to offer, you can't have a relationship unless you give something. Relationship requires giving. It is an unselfish act. It requires death to yourself. Wow. And so you go around and you judge and you say all these things about people, you know, and you cut everybody off. But sometimes the problem might be you, because you don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life what you are. Whatever relationship you're in is a reflection of you. It's a reflection of you. If you got somebody that's not treating you right and you tolerating it, it's a reflection of what you think should be in your life, because you are right now at a place where you can move on. You are not married, but some of y'all get married before you get a ring. How y'all in high school and middle school, y'all get married? Talking about, that's my wifey, or that's my hubby. You're putting titles on them that they never earned. And the relationship requires sacrifice. How much sacrifice is a person willing to give you right now? You can't, because you're still trying to figure out what you want to be when you get older. You don't even know that. You don't know what you want to major in. You don't know what you like. You don't know everything about you because you let people pick from the tree before you knew what fruit was on it. And so you're giving yourself to everybody. I gotta be there for this person. I gotta be there for this person. I gotta be there for my boyfriend. I gotta be there for my girlfriend. I gotta buy him this. I gotta buy him this. And you have no savings account because you spend all your money on them. And you think Valentine's Day is gonna be the deliverance for the anger that you've held in a relationship because they bought you a few gifts. Just because they took you to Olive Garden don't mean they love you. Because you got to have a vision when you're in a relationship. Somebody write that down. Vision. You got to have a vision. You got to have a vision. You got to have something that you know about you. What do you enjoy? Do you like being silly? Are you a jokester? Do you like playing with little bears? Do you like going out? Do you like just living a corny life, watching TV? Or do you like playing video games? But no, you want to take all that off to try to sound romantic. You start changing your voice when you're on the phone with people. Yeah, what you doing? Where you at? You know you don't talk like that. Hey, baby, how you doing? And you know you with a clown. You know you with a clown. You still got to tell him to pull his pants up. Come on now. Come on. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to know that y'all are better than what you accept. Now, if you're in a relationship, somebody talked about communication, I'm going to give you a key on how you give people feedback. How many of y'all want to know that? Type I in the comments. If you want to know how to give people feedback in any kind of relationship, even your family, I'm going to show you how. Type I, though. I got to know that y'all want this. Because here's the thing. People pay thousands of dollars to get what I'm giving y'all right now. Listen to me. Let me get some more. I need to know I'm in the right room. I'm going to give this to y'all. I'm going to show you how you solve any feedback problem right now. Because all of us at one point or another have been wrong about something. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. So here's what you do, right? You never tell anybody to do anything. Y'all get that? You never tell anybody to do anything. You're not qualified because you're not perfect. You can offer suggestions. Write that down. I have to offer suggestions. Offer suggestions. So if somebody hurts you, right? You judge behavior and never intent. Meaning, you can judge what they did wrong to you. But the minute you judge intent, meaning you're saying that their issue is them, you just lost the relationship. There's no coming back from that. The minute I say that, you didn't call me because you don't love me, it's over. All you have to do is, you didn't call me, and that made me a little angry because I needed to hear from you. Here's what I would suggest. Maybe we set up a time where we talk to each other because we're both busy. Y'all see how much cleaner that sounded? That sounded much cleaner than, you should have called me. You didn't call me because you don't care and you don't do this. How do you know? How do you know what's in my head? How do you know how I feel? But see, we listen to these ghetto people that teach y'all how to reconcile relationships, and the only thing they're going to tell you to do is cut them off for every single thing. They didn't call you because they cheated. What? Are we married? Are we cheating? Really? Cheating? Fam, let me give y'all a quiet secret. I know this is going to mess with y'all. Some of y'all might click off the Zoom after this. I got to give y'all the truth. You can date as many people as you want. Uh-oh. But you got to tell everybody that's what you're doing. Some of y'all date one person and commit. They just took you to get ice cream. Now y'all together? What? We just went to get ice cream. That's it. Now you want to get married. You don't know anything about me. And then you go in there and we're like, well, we'll just get together and what? Depress each other. And we have long conversations about the nothingness that we do all day. So what you do is if you ever see a date in a mall, it's very hilarious to me. You got two people that are on the phone all day, which showed you how uninterested they are in you. Uh-oh. I know y'all thought that was cute to go through Instagram posts together. But what that's showing you is people have a lot more going on than you. Because if I'm on the phone more than I'm talking to you, that's a problem. I don't find you interesting. I'm sorry to tell y'all this. Some of y'all might break up today. Maybe you might change your life and save your life today. But I'm trying to keep you from the years that I've gotten hurt because I thought somebody really wanted me, but they wanted the idea of me. You don't want nobody's idea of you. You want you. You know, you're too big. You're too small. You're too ugly. You're too cute. You're too black. You're too white. You're too not smart. You're too this. You don't talk like this. You're not smooth enough. Everybody always got to compare somebody to somebody else. And that's why we get hurt. What kept me married for the years that I've been married